Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot Friday for December 30th, 2022. It's the last Tarot Friday of the year, and it's the last Tarot Friday that we're doing as a complimentary service. So thank you for all the loyal followers, subscribers, listeners that have watched back when Tarot Friday was just a thing on YouTube. A thing on Facebook that we switched over to YouTube. We've been doing it for several years. And so the shift now is, if you'd like to subscribe to the Tarot Friday plan for $5 a month, you can still get Tarot Friday right in your inbox every week for $5 a month. So all of our members are going to get Tarot Friday as part of their membership plan. So if you're already a member, you're going to keep getting your Tarot Friday, no problem. But if you want to add, if you just want to do that lower tier at $5 a month, I would love to continue to give you tarot readings. And if not, no problem. I totally understand. And thank you so much for being here. It's been a long decision. I've talked with my guides, my mentors, my friends, my colleagues, all of you guys that provided feedback through email. I read every single one. It meant so much to me. And that's how we arrived at this conclusion. So enjoy your tarot reading. Maybe the last one of the year is going to give you just the inspiration that you need, right? A special piece of guidance from spirit. I'm still using this Christmas tarot deck because I'm still in the spirit. And before we get started in this last free round, I love you so much. Thank you for your patronage and for stopping by. I know there's a lot of tarot readers out there now, many more than when we started Tarot Friday a long time ago. I know that you have a lot of options and a lot of people that you could listen to, and it means a lot to me that you spent some time with us this year. So if you're wanting to still hang out, check out the membership, check out the services. We're at wiseguyscollective.com. And of course, the podcast and the forecast will still be up on our YouTube channel. So thank you. And here we go. Let's get started for Aries for December 30th. What is it that our Aries friends need to hear for the weekend ahead? Just some practical advice or guidance for our Aries. Okay, Aries, 7 of Wands, 9 of Wands, and 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is like a little bit of that feeling when you've been doing everything yourself. The 7 of Wands, sometimes it's like that guy that's standing on the top of the hill and everybody's below him, and it's almost like me against the world. You know what I mean? That feeling. So if you feel like you haven't had proper support, or nobody gets you, or whatever, those kind of feelings, if those have cropped up lately, this would be a good time to check in and heal some of that. And how do you heal that? Like, have I asked for help and support? Have I meditated about this? Have I spent some time visualizing a solution, and try to get into that vibration of feeling supported and finding a solution, not necessarily that requires other people to do something, right? But that helped me see that I'm not so alone, that I'm not doing it all myself, right? Or what am I getting from that feeling like I'm doing it? So if I'm doing it all myself, am I getting this subconscious hit that I'm better than everybody, or poor me, I'm so sad, or you know what I mean? Is there some kind of unhealthy subconscious kink going on that with the light of awareness would be helpful to move through some of that, right? Okay, Aries. Don't worry, you're overcoming some grief, some hardship that has been there. The 9 of Wands is good news because there's something that you can do to improve your situation, right? Just don't overdo it, right? With Jupiter in your sign, just don't overdo it. This can be a time maybe when your eyes are bigger than your belly, and you take on a little bit more than is needed. So just go slow, be careful, and try to stay out of like the martyr zone of I'm doing everything by myself, and see where there's some areas that could use some collaboration support, or just simply you saying, no, I'm not going to take that one on, right? That can be your self-care. All right, let's clear the deck for our Taurus. Clearing for Taurus. Seeing what it is our Taurus friends need to hear for the weekend ahead. Some practical advice or guidance. Clearing for Taurus. Okay. All right. We got a Page of Cups reversed, a Magician reversed, and an Eight of Swords. So this is kind of a similar reading to the Aries, right? The Page of Cups reversed, it's like, have you lost your innocence about something? Have you lost your hope about something? Have you gotten sad about something? And just feeling kind of like you've lost your magic. You've lost that feeling like you can actually do something to improve your situation, right? And so this can be a feeling of missing out. It can be a feeling of, well, really a lack of support. You know what I mean? It just feels like it. Doesn't mean there's actually a lack of support. The Eight of Swords here in the traditional deck, this is where she's got her hands tied up. And really all she needs to do is untie her hands, right? And be able to walk forward. I have a mentor that says, what would this be like without the drama? Would it be fun? Would it be beneficial to all concerned? Would it be inspiring and uplifting? Would it just be neutral, right? And so this kind of setup reminds me of what she says often is, what would it be like without there being the drama feeling into it? The drama, because Page of Cups reverse, Magician reverse. If you feel like you've lost your magic, this message is like, like, I don't want to hear that, right? And so what can you do, right? Same medicine as before. You can visualize the problem and with your eyes closed, right? And then shift your gaze a little to the left and start visualizing what you can do. And then shift your gaze a little to the left and visualize the solution, full force, fully there, right? And then you can let go like God, right? Okay, Taurus. So turning a frown upside down could be medicine for you, or medicine that you need to hear, that you are the turner of frowns, of upside downers. You are the happy makers, right? You are able to be the light in the world. And so you can't if you don't have it. So it starts with you. So if you have it, then go out there and be a light maker. Okay. All right. What's clear for Gemini? Let's see what the Gemini friends have in store for the weekend ahead. Last little few days of 2022. Just getting a special message for our Geminis. Okay, we get the interesting. So now we've got the major arcana at play with the Judgment and the Devil card. The Judgment card, right? Like this is that card I like to talk about when we're either going through a life review or we're getting a nice warning, right? About our behavior or our ideas. If you listen to people talk about their near-death experiences, some of them have this experience where on the other side, they're shown how their bad behavior was felt by the other person. Ouch, right? So if you've harmed somebody, caused somebody like a lot of debt, been ugly to somebody, just been kind of mean girl, you know what I mean? You will be shown how that felt on the other side, according to many people's experience, right? So the Judgment card always makes me really stop and ask those type of hard questions. Is there something I can do to right some wrongs right now? The Judgment card helps us ask, am I judging myself? Do I need to be? You know, sometimes the answer is, yeah, it's time to like get on something, you know what I mean? Like get with it, get on with your life. Sometimes it's because we're too judgment, too harsh, too critical with ourselves. And the Devil card would mean maybe the latter to me, because the Devil card I get when people are obsessing about money and relationship stuff, and it's, or even health, right? Like it's when we have that constant obsession, it's a real lack of faith. It's a real lack of hope. It's a real lack of innocence. And what it shows is this obsession that we can control everything and make everything how we want it, but yet we choose to feel so out of control, and that like subconscious kink of really like enjoying that, like feeling of both total power and powerlessness. And so these two together provide a real like spiritual chiropractic adjustment that will help you get your mind right. Okay. So that's really what you need right now, Gemini, a little spiritual chiropractic adjustment to help you get your mind right. Okay. Let's clear for Cancer. Any of our Cancer friends watching, thank you so much for being here all year. Let's clear the deck for our Cancers. Okay. All right, the Lovers card as it's reversed and the King of Pentacles. So some of our Cancers, the Lovers card can be that decision card that used to be business in Old Tarot. And so I feel like maybe some of you guys either are in business with a partner, in business with a significant other, or falling in love with somebody at work or something like that, where it just feels like a little lackluster right now, because you've had to focus on money and maybe that's taken away from something going on in your love life, right? And so maybe whether you're dating or not, or married or not, it looks like a focus on finances has actually taken away from that loving feeling in your life, from that spiritual connection that we have with other people, or from our own ability to make decisions and choices that really benefit us and the greater humankind, right? So some of you Cancers, if you've been overly concerned about money, this is a message to just remember what the important things in life really are, right? And to know that you're going to be okay, that you're going to be provided for. The King of Pentacles is the best possible financial outcome, right? So I would say try to be loving to the people that you're with in whatever way that makes sense for you, and let that lead instead of desire for something that is like more material or resource oriented, right? Just remember that there's a heart behind those other people that you're talking to. I know that you're very empathic, that you're very committed. I know that you're very sensitive to the other people. And so maybe some of you Cancers have been too sensitive to the other people, and you're like scared of that whole, like that people pleasing thing that's going on. Like you're scared of their reaction. So you just kind of keep stuff to yourself, but it makes you bitter, right? Like that kind of a thing. We need to put that away and try to just connect with somebody for the sake of unconditional love. So this looks like a big message of unconditional love for our Cancers, whether they need it, they need to give it to themselves, or they need to give it away, right? You're going to be just fine. All right, Cancers. Okay, let's clear the deck for our Leos watching. What is it that our Leos need to hear for the weekend ahead? Last little Leo reading for the year using the Christmas Tarot deck. Here for our Leos. Okay, we get a 10 of Swords and a 7 of Swords reversed. Look, we also got a 4 of Swords. So Leos, you've got, it's like you're going to help somebody right to death. You know what I mean? It's like you've got to put something down. I feel like with this card, it's like the worst is over. The details are over. The hard stuff you put yourself through this year, it's like time to relax. The 7 of Swords, I feel like if you've either lost some time or cheated yourself of some time or squandered the hours that could have been useful in some way, you're aware of that now, and you're not going to be doing that going forward. The 4 of Swords is it's really just time to rest. It's time to unplug, put some work down, put the thoughts down most of all, put your worries down most of all, take off that backpack of emotional weight and try to be free from the thoughts that keep you, out of alignment with your own motivation in life, right? So this is a signal to rest, to be at peace, and to let the universal mind take it from here, okay? All right, let's clear for our Virgos. What is it that our Virgos need to hear for the weekend ahead? Just clearing for our Virgos. Okay. All right, a King of Wands and a World card reversed here. Virgo, oh, and 4 of Swords. Okay, so it does feel like you are ready for a change of pace. You're ready to change a habit, change a pattern, change something up, maybe something in your house you're redesigning. I don't know. Maybe you take the dogs for a walk and you go left every morning. It's time to go right. But it looks like you are ready for some action, some motion, and yet it's not the right timing. So let the energy build up, get all the juicy ideas, consider all of the new pathways that you're about to go on, right? Remember that life is happening from you, not to you. It's emanating out, and you're watching your own life on this beautiful screen, right? So take the time it takes on the interior world, like the interior world, really, to project out what it is that this change that you're wanting before you just stumble into it, right? You're not the kind that just stumbles into it. I am, right? But I know that you're not. So rest, visualize the change going well, benefiting the most amount of people concerned. And I think your world's going to look a lot different next year. So really cool message. Good job. Spirit, high five. Okay. Let's clear for our Libras watching. What is it that our Libras need to hear? Our last little reading of 2022. What is it that our Libras need to hear? Okay. Also, world card reversed with the King of Swords. This is interesting. So very similar to what we just heard, right? But with Virgo, but with Libras, you get the King of Swords instead of the King of Wands. And so this is about truth, honesty, intellectual thinking. Maybe you're becoming a teacher or an instructor or a master of something. This could be a year that you're developing courses, or there's an information exchange, right? There's a lot of great moments in 2023 where we've got these cazimi moments where a planet will be conjunct or in the heart of the sun. And so I feel like a lot of you guys get these moments of information wizardry where you get like a lot of data exchange going on. And so I would say for you Libras, just be open, aware, and ready for your life to change on a dime with some specific information that just changes everything. And let's set the intention that that changes everything for the better for you. So you have to be open and you have to be listening. You can't be talking and singing and over talking people, right? You have to be receptive to hear what could be completely life-changing for you. Okay, hope that serves you well, Libras. And let's clear for our Scorpios and just see what it is that our Scorpios need to hear for the weekend ahead. Some practical advice or guidance. Just checking in with our Scorpios. Okay. Okay. All right. We get a Sun card reversed, a Judgment, a Ten of Cups reversed. Okay. So some of you Scorpios are feeling a little out of sorts. Maybe you're not in your best health. But then the Judgment card is there, which we talked about before, which is really trying to make sure that you're in a place with your own life that if you were to cross over at any moment, that things would feel really clean between you and the people around you. That if you've hurt feelings, that you have done the best of your ability to clean up your side of the street, make amends. The Judgment card comes when we're either needing to go through a life review, or we are reminded what it's like to be on the other side of us when we've been hurtful or less than our best, right? I gave a little talk about this, about, I don't know what sign it was now, sorry, but if you're hearing this for a second time, it might be worth it. The Judgment card, so this is like, you think about the people that have had near-death experiences, and several of them report that they were made to feel what it felt like to be on the other side of them when they were their meanest, their ugliest, their nastiest. And that helped them come back to Earth and have a better outlook, attitude, approach, and experience. Now, I don't recommend having a near-death experience to go through that perspective shift, but the Judgment card helps me think of that, right? And so the other way to think about it is, are you being too critical on yourself or others, or do you need to be? It's like, okay, time to get to the gym, time to tighten up the finances, time to whatever the thing is, so this healthy balance of being judgmental and critical of yourself and others is needed right now. I feel like maybe some of you have been too judgmental on yourself that you've lost some spark or shine or vitality with the Sun card reversed, and then the Ten of Cups reversed. Maybe some of you were estranged from your family, or maybe some of you guys have been separated from your family in some ways. You know, these two cards make me feel like that sense of stepping back, maybe some alienation, isolation, or aloneness was needed for whatever reason, right? I got in this devotional the other day, and the main message was you don't have to know everything. And as a psychic medium, you know, I think it was a good reminder for me personally. We don't have to know everything, right? There is a higher power that you can work with directly, right? To understand what type of discernment is needed with yourself, with your family, with your relationships, right? And with your own life review process. Have you given it your best shot, right? All right. Let's clear for our Sagittarius. All right. Just asking for some clear, concise, accurate information for any of our Sagittarius watching for the weekend ahead, some practical advice or guidance that's useful to them. Okay. Ooh. Okay. 3 fell out. Let's go with it. We get the Moon reverse, the Magician, and the Ten of Cups. Okay, so I'm just going to read it this way. It's the way they fell out. The Moon reverse, you know, that's that feeling of like completely free falling, floating, total uncertainty. It can be super fun, right? Sagittarius, right? Like sometimes that free fall feeling is super fun. Like, I don't know where I'm going to go from here, right? That complete surrender. So complete surrender is maybe what you're feeling or what's needed at this time. The Magician card, right? That reminds us that we can change our circumstances through right attitude, right? Through faith, through hope, through right action, through all of those things that the Magician uses as alchemy to change the circumstances, right? It's not to control, but there is a proper way to manipulate energy that is righteous, that benefits the most amount of people. And maybe you haven't been stepping in that Magician card as you've been free falling, right? So this is a reminder to set your vision, to meditate. You guys know, like all of the sessions that I did last week, almost every single person I asked, and I did a lot of sessions last week. I did a lot of sessions last week. And I asked everyone, how's your meditation practice? And it wasn't like a judgy thing. It's not like mine's perfect. It's not. But I asked, and everybody was like, oh, like it could be better. And if we don't have a meditation practice, we might as well not really have a Magician card, because that's really where it starts, is when we're quiet and we're still and we're listening, not talking, right? But we've got to listen and be quiet and get in that inner state of relaxation before we can then visualize and work with our creativity to create a new future, a new Ten of Cups, a new happy family, something that feels like the best relationship possible is possible for you, but not if you stay in the free fall, you know, not if you stay in the free fall of like, you know, that feeling like somebody pushed you off the diving board. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, Sagittarius. I hope it's useful for you. And let's clear the deck now for our Capricorns. What is it that our Capricorns need to clear? I'm just clearing for Capricorns. Okay. Clearing for our Capricorns. Okay. A Knight of Cups reversed, a Five of Cups, Capricorns, and a Justice card. Something feels really unfair to some of our Capricorns out there. What is that? Did you have a birthday that was like not perfect? You know what I mean? This is the idea that like something feels really sad. So I'm sorry for if there's any Capricorns going through a big grieving process. Knight of Cups reversed too, just really getting into some emotional release. Okay, so let's look at that as maybe a healthy thing. If you feel the tears crop up, don't stop them. Let them flow. You know, we're about to be in Pisces season 2, so it's like there's going to be, I say that, you know, we've got Aquarius season 2, but there's this emotional feeling of this reading. And so if you're feeling really stuck and you can't have an emotional release like you need to, but you can't cry, the homeopathic Ignatia, 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 can be really helpful. So that's something that you shouldn't play with like lightly, because it does help move grief through. Okay, but it's something that if you don't know about can be very, very useful, especially if you're in this feeling of grief. Hopefully it's not you. Hopefully it's all those other Capricorns that are moving through things the best way they know how. The Justice card is reversed, and that's why I said it feels like something just feels really off balance and unfair. And so just a reminder, right? Like you can say no, you can politely decline things. If something feels unfair and imbalanced that you can do something about, I encourage you to do that and rebalance it so that this year you're left feeling like, wow, at least I've got a clean slate. Sometimes you got to cut your losses. Sometimes you are in business with somebody and it doesn't work out and you have to cut your losses and say, I'm sorry, this is not going well and I need to politely decline, and here's a refund and I'm going to go down this way, or here's your half of the business and I'm going to go this way, or whatever. I can't see you as a client and you're like a couple, right? Like there are things that come up that where this Justice card, where it's like that sense of like, oh, I feel like I'm about to start to be in the triangulation of something. It feels sticky, right? So anything in your life that feels sticky, that you haven't properly grieved, I would say this is a signal, this is validation from spirit that it might be time to cut your losses in some area, Capricorn. Okay. Now, let's clear for our Aquarius. Let's clear for our Aquarius watching. What is it that our Aquarians need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some practical advice or guidance. All right, we got, a 2 of Pentacles and a 10 of Pentacles. So our Aquarius looks like some decisions are being made, maybe around money, maybe around big money. Know this, January is going to be an 8 month, and that's like a big roll the dice kind of a month. And so if you're thinking about taking a big chance, let the retrogrades get at least direct. Wait till the end of January before you make this big decision to roll the dice. All right. So for Aquarius, that's kind of a dry and direct reading, but maybe that's what you needed, some dry and direct information about making a financial decision and just waiting on the astrology for Mars and Mercury to go direct again towards the end of January, right? Don't worry, you've got the resources that you need, and you can't make a wrong decision. You're not going to make a mistake. Okay, so just let yourself off the hook there. There's no mistake possible, right? So just know that if there's a lot of money involved and it's a shared resource, that you're going to be as responsible as possible, right? You can trust yourself. You can count on yourself. So you're going to be as responsible as possible with this either financial pool or your own personal finances. You're going to go slow and steady and watch and wait, and you're going to feel when the right time is there. You don't even need to worry about the astrology. You're going to feel it inside yourself. Okay, hopefully that's useful to some Aquarius watching. Let's clear the deck for our Pisces and see what it is that our Pisces need. With some direct advice or guidance for our Pisces. I just start to visualize the Pisces sign. Every time I change and clear the deck, I watch the new sign come in with some information from spirit. And then I know it's time to pull the cards. So we've got a Sun card reverse and a Page of Wands. No problem. Okay, so some of you Pisces have let things go with your health, okay? So this came up, I think, for Scorpio too. So some of you that are not feeling your most vital, your most strong, your most flexible, whatever, you've let something go with your health and your vitality, right? Maybe your hope and your purpose. I don't know how deep it's going to go for you, Pisces, but you've let something go a little. And so the Page of Wands is here to inspire you to take a baby step in the direction that you want to go in. So just as an example, right? If you haven't been in the gym, you haven't been to yoga, you haven't been walking, you haven't done anything to get your heart rate up at all, the Page of Wands would say, go for a brisk 10-minute walk. Just do the next right thing, not the next thing right. Just the next right thing, not the next thing right. Okay. And so what is that for you? If it's not the gym thing, is it something to do with work or relationship or family stuff, or is it just the dishes? Did you let something pile up and get out of control and you need the advice just to take a baby step, just get the energy ball rolling, and it will come back around for you. It's going to be okay. Don't worry, you're not stuck in this. But this is a message from Spirit, validation for you to take the next right step for your own personal wellness, your well-being, your health and vitality, your sanity, right? Your reason for being here, whatever it is, Pisces, it's time to make a little step in the right direction. Okay, today's the day. All right. My friend said it's day one or one day, right? So today is day one. All right, let's get a universal reading for everyone. Just transitioning the energy, opening up, asking Spirit to join us to reach the most amount of people for the best of all concerned, the highest good of all concerned. Okay, I'm just clearing and opening and asking for Spirit to step forward. Okay, clearing the deck here. So let's see, got it. Thank you, Spirit. All right, I love it. So we get the Hermit card and the Seven of Wands. So this is a reminder to not fully fill your schedule 100% of the time. This is a reminder to unplug, have real time off that helps you really restore and refresh your energy. Get in nature. Don't let your time be lost just in your own box. You know what I mean? Get outside, take a deep breath, watch some ladybugs fly around, get interested in the small things in nature, the big things in nature, look up, look down, look all around. The Hermit card, you need to go reconnect and not fill your schedule to the brim, right? Allow some time for magic to happen. The Seven of Wands, the reason I smiled is because 2023 is going to be a 7-year. And so this idea of 7 is very much the energy of self-alignment. Did you guys just see that? Is that a little orb? Okay, maybe it's me. The 7 is about that self-alignment, that self-knowledge, that inner psychic, that going within, that the top of the temple staircase, it is very much hermit energy. And so if you have 2023 set up to be like really in the self-development plan, that's going to be so ideal, right? It's going to be so ideal for you. And if you don't, just know that this is a message to take some time out, to meditate, to be in nature, and to not fill your schedule to the brim. On the heavy side, right? Like some of us can tend to be too introspective, which leads to alienation, isolation. This isn't about that. It's not about alienation and isolation. It's not anti-community. It's not any of that. This is about self-discovery. So through every situation, can I go back with the tools of self-awareness and learn more about myself, 7, and about whatever interaction that I'm having, and then can I go back to myself to fine tune, right, with my own spiritual tools. So I am going to use this as a moment to mark it one last time, that we are shifting, that Tarot Friday is coming into our membership. So if you're a member, you'll have it for free. If you don't want to be a member, but you still want to get Tarot Friday, you can do that for $5 a month. It's at wiseskiescollective.com in the shop. This is the perfect time of year to join our membership, because we're walking you through so much of the psychic development steps all the way through the year. The human design course is laid out for you there too. So what do you get as a member? You get Tarot Friday, right? Every Friday now. And you get a meditation. So I just recorded the January one, which was, it was a visualization to turn problems into opportunities. Okay. So those two things, 2 different types of recordings. You get the 2 workshops. So human design every first Thursday at noon Central. You don't have to know anything to join the call. Alicia leads it. It is so much fun. I learn so much from it. We learn about each other through the lens of human design. And then the second workshop is psychic development. Sometimes we do an astrology theme too with our psychic development. And that is also the first Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central. So for those of you guys that needed an evening class, they're live. Members get all the replays. You can purchase as a non-member, drop in anytime. Members also get 2 coupons to help out. So our members always get 25% off all of our readings, unlimited amount. And they also get 50% off the digital astrology calendar. This is the best time of year to get the calendar or the workbook because you have the whole year in front of you. So really cool last universal message. This is the last Tarot Friday that we're doing as a complimentary thing on our YouTube channel. So this particular message means a lot to me personally. Thank you all for being here. I know there are many tarot readers and astrologers and psychic teachers that you could be watching their channel, and it means so much to me over the years that you've come here. So we'll still have a lot of great content for you, and hope to see you at wiseskiescollective.com. Until we can hang out together again, guys, I'm just blessing you for a beautiful 2023. And just know this, the astrology is going to be a gentle transition. It's going to be okay. And I'm here for you when you need some help and guidance. Namaste.